Hello guys, today we will make particle simulation tutorial in Blender. It is for intermediate to advanced level, but first don't forget to subscribe the channel. Do subscribe and also press the bell icon to show your support for the channel. Now let's just start. Press X to delete the default cube, Shift A, select UV sphere as an emitter object. Now go to the particles tab, click on the add option and you have to select the emitter type. Now we will see, if you press the space bar, there is some particles flowing. Now we will see some important setting here. The first setting here is the numbers of particles. You can increase as much as you want, depend upon your machine power. We will increase it to the 5000, and the next option here is the seed. It is the randomness of the emission particles. The next is the number of frames, 1 to 200. In between these frames, all of the particle will be emitted from 1 to 200. And the next option here is the lifetime of these particles. You can see that it will only show to only 50 frames, and after that it will not show. The next option here is the emitted from the face option. It is very self-explanatory. As from face, it is now emitting particle from the face, and if you select the volume here, then it will emit from the inside of the volume. You can see by pressing go to the wireframe mode, and now you can see it is inside in the sphere, and similarly from the vertex it will emit from the vertices. Now select the face back here and go to the solid mode. The next setting here is of the cache effect. It is used for baking, and you have to bake all of your simulation before you do final render and before doing animation. The next option here is of velocity. If you increase this number, it will increase the direction in which it is emitted. You can see that if I have increased this, it is increase in that direction. Make it to 1 here and 0 here, and these are all the axes in which if you want to emit in that direction, you can increase this number. The next setting here is very important, physics tab. There are many options. Physics type, you can choose none, then it will not release and it will not fall. And you can also select the Newtonian, in which the particle will fall down. You can see that. And also there is a keyed type physics. It is used to make the shapes from the particles. We will make another separate tutorial on this option because it will take some time, so that's why we will make another tutorial. The next option here is of voids. It is something like this. You can see that, a very cool fact. And the next type here is of fluid, which is, you can understand, very normal. It will act as a fluid. So we will make Newtonian again here. And the next option here is of important option here is of rendered. As from now, you can see that object particle in the viewport, but it will not display in the rendered option. As I rendered the image, you can see that there is no particle. So for the rendering, you have to create an object first, like an icosphere here. Now select the UV sphere, and from the rendered option, you have to select the rendered as option from hello means the empty, to object. And now from the instance, you have to select that icosphere. Now if you press rendered image it will render that. So I will also show you how to add different types of color in that particles. So but first just see other settings here. This is rendered as display as rendered, which mean that you will what you have selected here it will show that, and if you select the point or circle it will emit that. So we will going back to rendered, and the next setting here is of children. Children mean that it will increase the number of particle. You can, if you select simple, it will increase as many times, 10 times, 100 times. And the interpolated mode, it is used for hair type object, so we will leave that for there. And the next option here is of gravity and field force. If you want that effect, you can just decrease the value of the gravity and then it will emit in the this direction. Other option here is of field force type. You can add field force by yourself, just leave that there. And the vertex group, if you want to emit particle from certain vertices, you can select that vertices from here. And the next two option, just leave that there. Now if you want to add the material to this, you can go to the, you have to add the material on that real object. Go to the material tab, press add and select the type here emission and give it the strength of 5, give it a color to like blue. Now go to the rendered option. Now you can see that and move it there. You can see that it is now showing. And one thing also, you can also turn on the bloom and you can just go to the word option and make it totally black. Now it is very cool looking. Now what you can do, you can add many things to it, but first you have to select this and add a field force here. We will add a turbulence for example, and go to that physics tab and increase the strength to like 5. Now we'll see how it is look like. It is look like something this. And one thing also, now we should add more color to this. For that you have to select an icosphere, another icosphere and another icosphere, or another icosphere here. Now add the color to these two. Go to the material tab and select the type here to emission, and you can add, you can make it to white, give it a strength of 5 and just make it full white. And also this, go to the add option, select from the emission type and select the type here to 5 and give it a color to like yellow. And now you have to select all of these, press M and make a new collection, name that any like color. Now go to the UV sphere here, go to the particle settings, and you can also increase the value here of gravity. Now as rendered as object, you have to select the collection, and instance type you have to select that color option. Now you can see that these, make it hide. Now you can see that colorful particles here, and just press Ctrl Alt and 0 to go to the camera setting and just move it to the right. Now you can what you can do, you can add these field force as we have already added. Now go to the physics tab and just increase the strength here to 7 and decrease that there physics tab gravity. Now we will see how it is look like. It is something look like this. What you can do, you can just hide the or decrease small down that object, emission object. Now how it is look like, it is look like something this. You can also change the color of these object as you want. Select this yellow color and we will make it to red and it is more interesting. Now you can see that we will make this effect using this, and if you want to go to the slow motion option, then you have to go this printing option here, which is the time tempering, and you have to decrease the value here to like 50, then it will do in that slow motion effect. As you can see, it is very looking cool. You can also decrease to 24 and any number you want. It will also make more slow, and you can just turn off the overlays option. And this now here cool effect, you can see that it is very cool looking option. And what you can also do, you can just go to the field option, go to the physics and just increase the value here of strength, and now check it again how it is look like, and it is look very cool. You can see that. And one thing also, now what you can do, you can add more field force here. Just now we will remove this option here and go to the solid mode and turn on the overlays. Now what we have to do, what we can do, you can add another field force here like wind and R and Y, RY to rotate it in that direction and just move it in the x-axis. Now what you have to do, you have to just increase this value here to like 5 or 10, and you can what you can do, go to that print option here and make it to 100 like this. And now you can decrease the value here to like 4, and also what you can do, you can just add another field force, which we will add a vertex here and move it like something here, and also increase this value to like 5. Now you can see that it is something like this, and inflow type to 2 or increase, you can increase this number so it will decrease the area. Go to the rendered option and now you can see that it is behaving like this. And what you can also do, you can go to the sphere and particles, you can just change some setting which you want. something like we will see here. Some of the setting you can increase the value of the gravity. Now we will see how it is look like, and Control Alt 0. These option here, this option. Now what you can do, you can turn off the overlay and you can make this cool looking effect. And you can, what you can do, you can increase the number of frames of this lifetime to 200, so it will show more. This you can see that. And what you can also do, you can just add another plane here. Go to the mesh option and just increase the scale. Go make it to the downward, and now you have to add collision object to it. Collision option. Now it will strike with this. And what you can also do, you can also add a jitter field force. Shift A and add another field force here. Shift A and go to the field option. What you can do, you can make a turbulence field here. G and X to move on this axis here. Now what you can do, you can increase the value of this to like 5 turbulence value. So now we will see how it is look like. Also you can just decrease the number here to like 80 to make it somewhat slow, and turn off the overlay. And now what you can do, you can make this animation here. So this is it for today's lecture. Hope you like it, and if you like, please subscribe the channel. Also share the video and thumbs up the like button. Do subscribe, because there is lot of cool stuff coming down which you definitely want to see. And also you can, this setting here, if you don't want to show the emitter, you can just uncheck that. And also you can see the dead particles here if you select this option. And so this is it for today's lecture, and thanks for watching.